Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Just a really quick varied update in this one. We're going to talk about the fact that the Max Nano has been moved, show you a few more bits that have been delivered for the new build of the 425 XL, and also then clip into my first attempts at a few aquascapes for the new tank. So without further ado, as you can now see, the Max Nano has made it into the lounge. Really looks the part in here, and me and my wife are both happy with it actually in here. You'll notice that at the moment there are nigh on 4 kilos of max spec bio blocks. I'll get onto how they're going to be used in the new tank in a minute, but basically, as you can see, there's not much space in this tank, but I found a place without knocking any frags over to wedge them in, and they're probably going to have been in there about 3 to 3.5, even maybe 4 weeks by the time we move to the new tank. So they might have taken on a little bit of life from this tank, so that'll add to the biodiversity and obviously hopefully chance of being successful in the next one. We've also got loads of marine pure balls in the back of this, so the plan is to move this and a few of them into the new tank, along with a load of colony and other things to start the biological filtration process. So yeah, the move was nice and quick, a couple of hours. Drained the tank down to about 2 inches from the bottom, 3 inches, just so the fish had enough water. Still, even with that much water out of it, this tank is really heavy, and it's not ideal to move them a lot because any tank move can lead to rocks falling or whatever, but it all stayed together nicely. None of the frags got damaged, which is amazing. All the fish are healthy. Within 24 hours, they're all out feeding and everything's fine. So that's part of the success, which leaves a nice big gap in the kitchen for the new tank, which we're still waiting for a delivery date. We think it's a couple of weeks away. So that's the move to here. Already we're kind of thinking this looks really nice in place here, and it's such a nice tank, so it may end up staying. We don't know yet. We're going to see how we go, but I also hadn't planned on maintaining 2 tanks. So again, they always say that you always care for one more than the other, so we're just going to take it as it comes, leave this up because it's going to be well into the new year by the time I even think I'm going to be ready to move any of the livestock or at least the corals over. So yeah, it's in place, and it will look nicer when these balls are out of the way, but needs must. So just moving over here, there's a couple of deliveries that have come. The first one is from Pollock Pros, who are the guys who helped actually build Prestige Reef's mega build, and they've got their own company, they do 3D printing. This is a bio block holder, and this fits perfectly 3 of their max spec bio balls all toppled on each other. They can then join together that way or that way to create a structure with loads of bio balls where flow can get through, and that's what I'm planning to have in the sump just after the filter roller before the skimmer. So I'm going to build a structure. I've bought a load of them all in that bag, and I've got 4 kilos, so it'll probably be quite a nice big structure. And for me, biological filtration and enough surface area is one of the most important things for me in the hobby. And sometimes, especially with like negative space aquascaping and less rock going in the tank and less porous rock at times going in the tank, these things shouldn't be overlooked. And I think it's purely the reason why the first Nano has been successful, because there's tons of marine pure blocks in. So we're going to follow that tradition because it's worked. So I'm trying to replicate the success. So that'll be interesting. And once we get going, we'll build a little structure in the tank. These are also a luminous orange, so under blues they light up, which could be quite cool if I put some LED lighting in the sump at some point. Next thing is the trusty 3x 1.5 litre easy dose container. I love these. They're really nice, clean. They look great. They work. So yeah, that's for the doser. We've got the power supplies have all come. These are from Amazon, and they're not the cheapest, but they're also not that expensive, but they just look sleek, black and orange, individually switched and surge protected. Probably going to put a note on, number each socket, and then have a plan on the side as to what does what. But you could just label the top with an easy printer, or whatever they're called, with one of them label printers. But I've got 3 of these, so I've got 2 2-meter ones that are going to go behind the tank on the sockets there, and then another one that's just coming from another socket. I'm going to trunk it to the back of the tank to give me 18 sockets. Currently, on current count, we're at 14 already, so if ever I was to add a controller or something like that, we definitely would need extra capacity. So yeah, there's a lot of sockets in what we're trying to achieve, and taking up one of them sockets will be the Tunzi Osmolator 3155, one of the most popular auto top-ups in the industry. Never had one before, so I'm looking forward to it. And the reason why this is so effective is that it's actually got dual control. So not only has it got an optical sensor, It's also got a float switch, so if one fails and the other one doesn't, it still works. So they're absolutely great bits of kit, not massively expensive either. So I'm looking forward to putting that together. It takes a little bit of installation, so I'll probably try and film that and do a video on that a bit later. So that's up to date with the deliveries. Today we've got some more coming. We've got the plumbing coming, we've got the clarity coming, and then we're just waiting for the tank. So, and just a further note from the last update, Complete Aquatics have said they're going to supply the socket for the NIOS 160 Quantum, so that's good of them. They've been brilliant throughout the whole process, so I would definitely recommend them. They also get some good loyalty points back as well, so I wasn't managed to with the amount I was spending to buy loads of stuff with the loyalty points. So great website. Okay, so now I'm gonna move away from this video and go straight into the aquascaping. A couple of clips. Let me know what you think. Please give me some tips. Really interested in the aquascape. I'm really open-minded. So yeah, thanks for watching, and here comes the aquascaping. Hi guys, welcome back to Paul UK Reefer. So the mock-up aquascaping is going to begin now. We have 35 kilos of real reef rock just been delivered. Here it comes, I'm not sure if you don't know, it comes wrapped in paper. It's been soaked in water that encourages a bit of growth on it, but it's not live rock, it's obviously man-made, it's been coloured up. But in a tank it starts off looking like coralline, so it's not as white and you don't get as many issues with green looking rock at the start of your cycle. So really back it. It's not cheap, but it's absolutely gorgeous in the tank right from the off. So basically there's a box there of it, a box here of it, and a couple of pieces of plate that I also bought here. Well, 2 pieces of plate, let's move that, there and there, that I can use to even perhaps chop in half to make a platform during the aquascaping. On the table here, there's a perfectly sized measured out piece of cardboard for the size of the tank with the weir drawn on it. And basically the idea is to take this all out and start playing around with it. If there's any really obvious patterns that I would really like, I'm going to take some photos of it and perhaps even stick some of them, but I'm not going to completely stick the whole finished aquascape because we're still a week or 2 out until the tank comes. But it's just a planning session basically to make sure, one, we've got enough rock, we've got the right type of rock, and 2, we start working out how that's going to look in the tank. I'll come back when we've had a few plays with the rock. So just having a quick first play, come up with this. You can see the cardboard at the top of the tank height, so there's still a space for the fact the water line's not right at the top, size of the glass, and then room for growth. Do quite like the idea of having some swim throughs, and if you'll look here, that all of this is far enough away from the back, or near us, damn it, that we can get we can clean and scrape, and there's quite a lot of space underneath for detritus to go through. So yeah, this is quite a good first stab. There's definitely enough rock, just got to sculpt it the right way, and I think I definitely want something all the way across because then it just ups the amount of corals I can have on the top. So yeah, I think something like this might end up being the right one, but we'll keep trying. The only thing I can't fit at the minute is this massive piece of plate, which can break up absolutely, so that might have to happen. But yeah, just a first draft.